Missouri Highway Patrol issued a statewide alert tonight about a mother and a daughter missing from Springfield tonight. They say 19-year-old Gypsy Blanchard and 48-year-old Claudinia Blanchard were last seen June 10th. If you know anything about their whereabouts, you're asked to call police right away.
And if you're involved in anything that I'm about ready to tell you, then you need to tell me, okay? Your mom's dead, okay? Now, what I want to ask you is, your mom's passed away, okay? She's deceased, all right? Now, what I want to ask you, did you have involvement in this? Okay.
No.
Hang on, listen to me for just a second, okay?
Picture a world where illness defines your existence, where a wheelchair is your constant companion, and a mother's loving care is your shield against the harsh realities of life. This might seem like a heartfelt story of resilience and motherly love, right? But what if this narrative of care and concern is all fake? What if the true story is far more sinister? In today's deep dive, we uncover the shocking saga of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, a tale that blurs the lines between victim and villain, truth and deception. This story will challenge your understanding of trust, love, and the complex, disturbing side of a mother's love. Watch till the end as we unravel a story that is so wild you'll think it's fiction. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's story begins as a heart-wrenching narrative of a young girl battling multiple health issues. Born in 1991, Gypsy was believed to suffer from leukemia, asthma, muscular dystrophy, and several other chronic conditions. Her life became a series of hospital visits, surgeries, and medications. Her mother, Dee Blanchard, was nothing short of a devoted caregiver, diligently attending to her daughter's needs. Originally from Louisiana, Dee's life was shrouded in mystery and deceit. Before the tragic events, she had a history of petty crimes and questionable behavior, hinting at a complex character beneath the exterior. Despite all that, the community rallied around them, offering support and sympathy. They received donations, charity trips, and even a house from Habitat for Humanity. So while things are far from perfect for Gypsy Rose, she never seemed to lack the love and support she needed.
These people are not insane. They are exceedingly calculated. They plan, they hide the behavior, they go to great lengths to maintain that they're right.
As Gypsy Rose grew older, her awareness of the world around her began to sharpen. Despite her mother's insistence on her myriad of health issues, Gypsy started noticing inconsistencies. She simply didn't feel as sick as she was made out to be. Trips to the hospital and interactions with medical professionals didn't align with her own experiences with her body. She became more and more confused with each passing day. Like many teenagers, the internet played a pivotal role in her awakening. Gypsy, in her limited windows of unsupervised internet access, began researching her supposed conditions. Additionally, online interactions introduced her to a world vastly different from the one her mother described.
Dee told me she's not gonna live to be, 18 years old. She may be an old teenager. That's about it. I was like, really? It was shocking. It was disturbing. And to see her 23 years old now, perfectly healthy, it's just, it pisses me off,
Now, the first shocking truth of this tale is, Gypsy wasn't actually sick. With each online chat, each medical appointment, and each day she felt physically stronger than she was led to believe. A classic case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. This is a mental disorder where a caregiver creates or exaggerates someone else's health problems for attention and sympathy.
I mean, I used to always think that maybe she's a little overprotective. And so if I had to say one word about her, it would be overprotective.
The sad thing about this is, Gypsy's upbringing was incredibly sheltered and controlled. Dee limited her education, claiming her mental capacity was impaired, and often spoke on her behalf. Gypsy was made to act younger than her age, contributing to a public perception of her as a perpetually ill child. Behind closed doors, Dee was also physically abusive, further trapping Gypsy in this fabricated world of illness and dependency. As Gypsy grew older, the internet became her window to the outside world, and she started exploring online relationships as a means of temporary escape. It was through this digital exploration that she met Nicholas Godejohn, a turning point in her life and the beginning of a dark and tragic path that would lead to an unthinkable crime.
We're going to go down two paths here, okay? And that is just, you're gonna have to be honest with me.
Mm.
Because if you love her, if you love Gypsy, then you're not gonna let Gypsy get in trouble without you being there to help her, okay?
I understand.
Do you want to do the right thing by Gypsy if you love her?
No, the truth is I worship her, so
I know you
there's
do.
no way I wouldn't do it on her.
I know.
I would think for her.
Gypsy and Nicholas started dating, albeit only online at first because he lived in Wisconsin. But the guy did visit her at least once. Their relationship, hidden from DD of course, flourished and grew. It was a connection that Gypsy treasured, not only because he was genuinely nice to her, but because he stood as a confidant and a partner who she believed understood her desire for a life beyond her mother's control. He was also once arrested for public disturbance, but Gypsy overlooked all that and they both seemed really happy. As her love affair with Nicholas deepened, so did her desire for independence. In June of 2015, Gypsy and Nicholas's online fantasy was slowly morphing into a dark reality. Nicholas traveled to Missouri to meet Gypsy and take her away from that awful place. But they did not plan on simply running away, no. They had something more sinister in mind: kill DD and end this madness once and for all. And without hesitation, Nicholas stabbed DD multiple times with a knife. After the gruesome act, Gypsy Rose and Nicholas fled to Wisconsin. They mailed the murder weapon to Nicholas's address to avoid detection and posted a cryptic message on DD's Facebook account to mislead investigators. The post read, "That bitch is dead." The discovery of DD's body sparked a nationwide search for Gypsy. However, as investigators looked into the case more closely, Gypsy's fabricated medical history and the nature of her relationship with her mother came to light. Additionally, the IP address from the Facebook post Gypsy wrote was traced to the home of Nicholas's parents. Consequently, police arrive at the house and arrest both of them. The community grappled with the revelation that the girl they believed to be a victim of chronic disease was now a suspect in her mother's murder. The case gained significant media attention, with public opinion divided between viewing Gypsy as a manipulated victim and a calculated murderer. The trial revealed the psychological impact of DD's actions on Gypsy. Expert testimony shed light on the effects of Munchausen syndrome by proxy and the trauma Gypsy endured. The trial went on for weeks, and it was an absolute spectacle. Gypsy Rose Blanchard eventually accepted a plea bargain, pleading guilty to second-degree murder. She received a 10-year sentence, significantly less than the life sentence she could have faced. Unfortunately, the executioner, Nicholas Godejohn, was tried separately and was found guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison.
When I think about what Dee Dee did to Gypsy, it makes me sad, but they didn't really have to kill my sister. They could have just ran away together. But they chose to go a different route, and my sister got killed. Well, not killed, murdered.
While Gypsy Rose was still in prison, and even during the trial, her story has been so compelling that it garnered international fascination. Upon her release from prison after serving 8 years of a 10-year sentence, Gypsy Rose Blanchard's life took a dramatic turn. The world watched as she transitioned from a prisoner to an internet sensation. Her story, marked by years of abuse and a desperate plea for freedom, resonated with millions worldwide. Her first selfie of freedom garnered over 6 million likes. With nearly 5 million followers on Instagram, Gypsy leveraged her story through various media projects. She promoted her documentary series, Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and her ebook, released Conversations on the Eve of Freedom. In this perplexing saga of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, we navigated the murky waters of morality, justice, and the human mind. Now the question remains, while she was certainly a victim in all this, do you think the crime was justified? That's for you to decide. Like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for your daily true crime fix. See you in the next episode.